Welcome to another video, and today I will share my opinion if Urbnsurf is worth it. I've had more than 20 sessions at Urbnsurf, and a lot of people ask me, is it worth it paying for something that you can get for free from the ocean? And just to be clear, I do not have any affiliation with Urbnsurf, so everything I'm sharing here is based on my experience and my own opinion. So let's get started.
Wave pools are becoming very popular all around the world, providing consistent, high-quality waves in a controlled environment. They have revolutionized surfing by making perfect waves accessible to surfers of all levels, regardless of ocean conditions. In Australia, Urbnsurf has led the way, with its Melbourne location becoming a favorite since 2020, and a new facility in Sydney already gained popularity among surfers.
Okay, so now the question that everybody asks, is Urbnsurf worth it? Before answering this question, let's talk about the price and how many waves you can catch in one session.
When booking a session at Urbnsurf, prices vary slightly depending on the wave setting you want to surf. Sydney's prices are a bit higher than Melbourne, but not by much. For simplicity, I will use Sydney's price as a reference to calculate how much each wave costs. For cruiser, progressive turns, or intermediate, sessions cost $109 on weekends and are $5 cheaper on weekdays. The advanced turns and advanced settings are $114 on weekends and drop to $109 during the week. And if you are chasing perfect barrels in the expert setting, it will be $159 per session, whether it's weekday or weekend. To figure out how much each wave costs, you simply divide the session price by the number of waves you can catch in one session. To simplify, let's use $109 as reference, as most settings are priced around this amount. Now that we know the price of a session, let's figure out how many waves you can catch in 1 hour session. Several factors influence this number. The first one is the crowd. The number of surfers in your session plays a big role. At full capacity, typically 18 surfers in the water, for most of the wave settings, you can expect to get around 10 to 12 waves. I've surfed once with only 5 people in the water, and I was able to catch around 20 waves. But this is not common, so usually you are gonna have more people in your session. The second one is how fit you are. Your fitness level is crucial. A session at Urbnsurf is 1 hour of non-stop paddling and catching waves, which can be demanding. If you're not in shape, you might struggle to keep up, especially in less crowded sessions where waves come faster, leaving you less time to recover. And the last one is how familiar you are with a wave pool. Even experienced surfers can struggle during their first session. The wave pool's mechanics are unique, and it often takes half a session to figure out the timing and positioning. Once you've surfed a few sessions, you will start catching most waves and wiping out much less. Taking all these factors into account, let's assume you are surfing at full capacity, your fitness level is decent, and you've surfed the pool before. In this scenario, you should be able to catch at least 10 waves in your session. Now, if you divide the session price by the number of the waves you catch, the cost per wave works out to be $10.90. One piece of advice: when you're surfing, don't focus on the fact that each wave costs $10. If you do, every wipeout will feel like an expensive mistake, and that's not the mindset you want in the water. Instead, focus on enjoying the experience and improving your skills. Those are priceless. This was my very first time surfing at Urbnsurf in the progressive turns session. As you can see, things didn't go so well. My body wasn't flowing, my arm position was off, and I felt stuck on the wave. Surprisingly, this was the first time I ever saw myself on camera while surfing, which was a game changer. It helped me to identify my mistakes and figure out what to work on. Now, fast forward to another session after 5 visits to the wave pool. This time, I booked the intermediate session, and as you can see, there is a big difference comparing to my first attempt. My surfing has definitely improved. It's not perfect. I still have plenty to work on, but the progress is clear, and that's what matters.
Okay, so now answering the question, is Urbnsurf worth it? Yes and no. So for really beginners surfers, I don't think it's worth it paying, let's say, $109 per session just to fall. And also, I think it's important to learn how to surf in the ocean, to have the knowledge of the reefs, the knowledge of the ocean. There are a lot of factors that you have to know, surf etiquette, so many things before actually going to a wave pool. But after you pass the really beginner stage, I think surfing the cruiser mode, which offers you like really gentle and consistent waves and perfect waves, I think would be a great tool for you to improve from beginner to intermediate. Okay, for the intermediate and advanced surfers, is it worth it paying $10 per wave? And my answer is yes, totally. Having a tool for you to repeat the same maneuvers that you are trying to improve over and over, it's just amazing. And I don't think we can do this in the ocean unless you surf in a very consistent break, which is not my case. I surf usually Maroubra or Bondi, and it's a lot of closeouts, a lot of people out there. So even if I wanna practice a certain maneuver, I just can't. Sometimes the nature doesn't provide me that tool, and sometimes the waves are great, but there are so many people competing for the same wave. So when I surf Urbnsurf, at least I know their wave is gonna be mine, and I know what I can practice. So there are still a lot of things I want to do for my surf. I want to get a better flow. I want to be able to do like a proper cutback and all these kind of basic maneuvers, but I want to do properly. And with the wave pool, I think I can progress much quicker. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe, and I see you in the next video.